Hello, and welcome back to Oni. Welcome back to Baator. Welcome back to getting our final achievement done today, hopefully. Unfortunately, I wasn't here this week. Yeah, well, times are busy. We're back, finally. Finally. I think we'll be having a more stable schedule for the next few weeks. So yeah, we built the rocket last time. We got ourselves some more research. Research was done. We have now finally gotten all the way down to the data miner. And now it's to figure out how that thing is supposed to be tuned or whatever. How do we get it to get high efficiency? Now for starters, it needs a lot of power. It produces some heat. Just make it out of steel for now. It's industrial machinery. And that's all we know about it for now. I'll just set you down here and have a look at you in a bit. Maybe the game will tell us what we need to do to increase its efficiency, or maybe not. I do know there's something about temperatures. Natural gas, you will be fixing yourself, right? Right, you're gonna be fine. These turbines are a bit hot. We just recently somewhat fixed this whole thing. Well, rather, we did heat up the steam room, so we do get actual steam and not just polluted water out of these power generators. And that brought in a bit more heat than we wanted by opening up the right hand side. And so we had to kinda deal with that. That's 6 tons. I like to move all the other gases that are weird in here out. Let's for starters just move this down. There's more CO2 in here. So we do want to get rid of all the wrong kind of gases. So I'll just do this. And the sour gas can eventually sort itself out to the bottom here. We can open this up once there's a layer of sour gas here. Which you are blocking this. You being the petroleum on top. That is a bit unfortunate. We'll figure this out later. There's still plenty of sour gas that needs to move first. Anyways. Right, and then we kinda need to... We have this cooling down whatever comes from the right hand side, so there won't be much more overheating. This one seems pretty much stable still though. I'd like to remake this. There's quite a bit of stuff we actually need to do in here still. This whole thing was a sorting facility because we had a bit of a mess in here. We don't have that anymore. All of this as well. Should no longer be necessary. For starters, we will need more gas pumps. We do want to have 60-ish natural gas generators so they can provide enough water for the wells via the steam turbines. 60-ish, we can run like 11 on 2 pumps, so we need like 3 more of these. No, a total of 3 of these setups basically, so that would be 6 pipes roughly. Can we just make this a bit more streamlined? I don't know, maybe like this. We'll be coming up first. Beyond that, we'll see actually. You would be coming in from the left. You would be going up like this. And then the question would be, do I have you go up all the way? Or do I have the 3 on the left go up and then 3 on the right go to the right hand side more like? I think that would be the way we want to go about this. I do want that piece of pipe in place. There would be pumps here then. And you would be going out. You would be just going up straight. So you could send up your output to the top and go maybe along the left hand side. This one would then eventually become, I guess we have you in place, eventually become what is going up all the way, like so actually. You'd be coming in here. You would be the second row. Can we reach this whole thing on the left? 1, 2, you can reach all the way up there, yes. You would be coming up into the line below them. Then you'd be coming in here. You won't be needing this. So that's yours. And the third setup can then just go coming up here. You could go up first and then along the side this way. And then there would be a line here-ish. Here-ish. Something like that. And eventually you would meet this way. So that would be all nice and spread out and without any crossings or whatnot. All nice and clean. Even want to go as far as, say, have the natural gas all in one nice clean line and the CO2 stacked together like this. Now for the CO2 as well, I would like to do a thing here or two, or rather with the slicksters. So we do have our hatches up here, and they've eaten through all the dirt, the polluted dirt we had, through all the crushed rock from the normal hatches. And, well, the stone ones, they still have some stuff. Depending on how much we want to use up of this, we will be not really bottlenecked, but we will be restricted somewhat. We can fit this in the hatches, I guess, no. We will be somewhat restricted by the igneous output of our volcanoes. We should be able to do 2 stables regardless. Anyways, what we're going at here is we will reduce the hatch count up here probably. Let's just go ahead and say you stop this stable and that one as well. Well, I guess we would have to stop both of these if we don't want to have polluted oxygen, dirt in here, doing nothing, sitting in here off gassing. That means we would move and remove all these hatches. But for now I think, you know what, keep them for now. Am I missing anything over here? No. So yeah, anyways. Eventually, I guess we'll reduce the amount of hatches up here and substitute them with a few slicksters. We have been using them mostly to reduce the amount of CO2, which is not going that well. CO2 is just pretty stable, going up slightly. If we were to feed them and groom them, there would be a lot more slicksters here, which would be a-okay. And we will add more CO2 production via these thingies, like maybe double it roughly. That should allow us to have at least, I don't know, 2 or 3 stables of slicksters. And so we can use this space for stables. Now, can we make this a nice room? That's actually perfect. We remove this tile. You get a new floor. Can we just remove you into the stable in a second? This was the W, yes. So the first one would be 5 high. We could also make it 4 high and enter this room instead. Make a way through here. Shenanigans and whatnot. Ourselves into there. Not entirely sure I want to do that. entirely sure I want to do that. You guys have any more stuff to clean? Oh, this looks like you're maybe destroying something you're not supposed to. No, you will just bring over some mercury gas that I don't really want over there, but hey, what's a bit of mercury gas between friends, right? What I do want in here is the sour gas on top to dribble down slowly but surely. So how about you just go ahead and do this. You can reach all the way to here, 1, 2, 3, get in here-ish. And maybe in here. That should be a-okay. You moved up all the other gases. And there should be enough space down here to dump all the extra mercury. Also make more space here for gases to just flow in general. Alright, you are cooking the mercury. How about you don't? We just build a few normal tiles and you don't do any flaking or whatnot. In general over here, I'd like to improve airflow. And you can just go all the way over here. I think that would be a good idea in general. Probably. This is where we somewhat unlock the heat. The top part will let a lot of heat through, or push it over, I guess. But since this one is not overheating, I think we're pretty much fine. We have to take care of those turbines though. There should be like 10 kilos a second. You're running for most of the time. And there's enough cooling here in theory. Let's just go ahead and have the crude oil dumped in here, and there is crude oil around the base. That doesn't need to be taken out of the pool down here or anything. You can just reach that. So that should be a-okay. You're spilling over still, or you're just recondensing and whatnot. Let's make this all into something that doesn't cause problems. And maybe... yeah, this should work. I'll open this one up as well so we don't have pockets down here. 5 tons of steam. Okay. 22 tons of steam in here. Yeah, that's cool, okay. Yeah, that will bump up our steam amounts in here. For sure. Can you not be trapped? Thanks. And maybe I'll just flatten this out, yeah. Okay. Now how much space is over there? Like 11 tiles, this is 6, this is more than we have, more than we need. Let's let all of this go down. And you go up. Like so. Is that... no. Don't do that. Yes, sedimentary rock nearby, why? Oh well. Who am I to question my dupes? Who am I to question them? I do want you to go, maybe just go up here and dig this all up. Eventually we want to dig this up anyways. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. And there's some oil coming in and already cooling down those turbines, no problem. Except, well, it depends on what other things you will be in contact with for the purpose of exchanging thermals, heat and whatnot. Anybody trapped? Ren, why is there an issue for you? There's suits, you can get out, no problem. You can use those suits. You're being weird. Okay, well, let's ignore him. Well, let's ignore him and have a look at the machine. So the plastic to data bank recipe is still 5 kilos per data bank of plastic. Production rate. This building operates at 75% of its maximum speed. Production rate decreases at higher temperatures. Current ambient 41.9. So what we have to do is make it cool. Cool. What's the coldest space we have in the base? You're minus 100-ish. We do have the minus 200 whatever down here, which is in the vacuum and whatnot. So I'm not entirely sure I want to do all that in here and bring plastic down through the steam room and whatnot. This would be fine-ish, probably. We do want this above plastic melting point, kinda. Dupes would be moving it through here for the most part. Why is this so hot? This is colder. Ew. So let's just go ahead and build something entirely different up here. AKA, I kinda wanna do some, you know, liquid oxygen stuff. Look at that nice little accidental liquid lock. I want to do a thing up here, and since we do want to do that, pre-space materials, we might as well just go ahead and make some room. If you have the rockets here, I don't think we'll get too many rockets. I did want to get Mary in here, I think. So how about we go ahead and... Not sure I really want Mary in here. Inspect, oh look at that, 3 data banks. Right, get her in here. Data bank is being collected, excellent. And what do we get? Minus 20% stress. That's cool and all. We should be fine with stress, except we're not. Because the dupes are just being very, very bad at getting their fix of entertainment. Let's see, what's your last cycle system stress? Added 400%, removed 600. Yeah, low morale, 50%. That's like half a dupe's stress. We're removing way more than we're adding. You should be more than fine, you're just being unbalanced and stupid. And you all have like super high morale requirements and sources, so you really should be fine, you're just being derpy. Anyways, we want to make some space, some room, some whatever here. Do we have nearby building materials? We have like granite, potentially. So we'll use that. And I think just go up here. Let's see, we have a layer this way. I just removed this other one. This is fine. Here. Question is how and where and when do we want to close this all off? This would be 4. This is 5. I just want to close this off for now. Make it in the proper base thingy. It'd be here, it'd be 3 would be here. I don't know. Do this. You can move and reach most of the things on the left hand side, except, well, this stuff will fall down. That's not going to be very helpful. But we might want to also have some shielding on top. Some bunker tiles. Depending on how much of this stuff is going to fall down. For example, here we have regolith all the way down, but there's a few tiles in between that are dirt. And they might just be enough to shield us, or not. But we have enough steel for bunker tiles, so we should just go to that. Talk about steel. We need more cooling here as well. Or rather, proper cooling, actually. And I'd like to make more steel. I don't want dupes to get in here and do something stupid, so let's go ahead, hold on. Alright, we can't build the door, can we? Because of the automation bit. They're gonna be fine. We just put some mesh towel here. So the dupes don't steal away the tungsten we're making from inside here where it's supposed to be counted. All we're missing for this to run is power at the top. Yeah, and I do want them to be able to get in here because of the X. Are you moving out the meat? Yes, the X for the pips. So yeah, we kind of need them to get in there, unless we want to have extra storage for that. Or maybe we'd move the... We could just do that. Hold on, am I being stupid? Rhetorical question. Could I reach into here? Could I reach out of here? I could. So theoretically, I'm being a bit of a dum-dum. Am I not? We could just go ahead. Do this. We store the pickaxe in here, and we send out the raw egg. This is being used by not the dupes. That would be raw egg. How's this whole thing going? Right, you're just dropping stuff in here, and it just sits here. And you send out not raw egg, but actual omelette. You're also sending out raw egg, you're not supposed to. And then we'd go ahead, move this over here. You are going to be removed entirely. And, well, you're just gonna be what you are. And you're just gonna go ahead and grab the pickaxe, which is only like 20 or so. So that's a fix on the whole thing. I'm not sure about the read file. What is happening here? You're supposed to move that out as well. That will just be dropped. Wait, what? Alright, you're gonna drop that inside the freezer, but then from within there, you, the other sweeper, will pick this up and move it further along. That won't really have an effect on our cooling solution. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Cool. You're all doing... what the heck? Is this... no. It's just a hatchling. I was about to say it. The drop-off isn't really submerged. Okay. A digging booster. Huh. Nah, not really. Not really. Oh, that's an old one. Can we buy the Y? We have some... we have some 600 kilos of carbon dioxide in here. Some sweaters and stuff. Some clothing lying around. I think I remember seeing somewhere like here. How about we just give this to people? Because it's just lying around here and doing nothing. So yeah. There should be more there over here, for example. We checked all of this. You're supposed to destroy this. It's entities that we don't need anymore. I don't really care for the sweaters not being useful. Just have them not lie around here. Okay, now how are things going at the bottom? This is mostly cleaned out. The mercury, how much is in here? 1000 kilos. And a full layer of stuff dribbling on to the left hand side. It is lighter than the crude oil. I don't know, are you going all the way over? It's heavier than the petroleum, which is actually kind of useful, except... is it though? This makes me think. This makes me think. A few things actually. Oh my god, those Red Bulls. Okay. We do have a bit of a thing over here. You're able to get over here. You can go this way, 1, 2, 3. This one's in the way. Okay. We have this gunk coming in and out and whatnot. And we're just making more and more gear bomb, are we not? So I'm wondering, I'm thinking, we might want to check the amount of gear bomb we have. Just by weight. And if this is like a lot for a while, if this is like a lot for a while, you turn this off, but you keep it running for a little bit, so you get a buffer gate here. So we don't instantly turn this off. Is this gonna work? I could also check if there's a dupe in here to turn it on and off. I don't know. Like if we have this dupe in here to turn it on and off. Once he starts making stuff, he will just continue. The dupe not that heavy now. Is he? The gear bomb weighs how much? 5 tons. Great, yes, that's not the amount I was looking for. It does use 80 kilos, so I'd assume it's like 80-ish kilos. So the dupe sitting on top of here is like worth 3 bits of gear bomb, I'd assume. So that won't really make much of a difference. I would allow you to do like a whole bunch of extra though, so leave this running for some 200 seconds. It's gonna be like kind of a hysteresis. And you turn this off. You keep running if below like 4,000 or something. Okay. I kind of forgot about how poorly these things work. I could also fill this up with 1,000 extra. I wouldn't mind. Surely. Also, wasn't there? We just don't have these boosters. Okay, sure, that's fine. I was about to say there's some missing items here or something. Wait, did you just fill this up? Wait. There's 50 kilos left in here. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. You just moved how much into here? Gear bomb. 73 times 73. Weight 5.8 tons. Maximum. Well, I do know Clay was attempting to fix like weight and items in storage bins and whatnot. Especially atmosuits, since they weigh 200 kilos, but only need 1 kilogram inside a storage bin. Because, well, 1 item, 1 kilo, right? And they did actually revert back that change that they made in the last quality of life patch, because it wasn't quite as simple to fix as they would have hoped to. And so, yes, well, I guess this is like worth some 70 kilos instead of 1,000. I don't quite want that. How about we do like 50 kilos? And then there's some on the floor as well. And to actually make this work and see if this works the way we expect it to. Hey, Mr. Subsonicated, totally. How's it going? Do you have a lovely day as well? Is it way too hot for you as well? Gear bomb, where is it? Gear bomb. Can you just go non? Like it's so warm outside. I feel like it's like 2 months too early to go pantsless. Kinda. It's weird. Hotness is my middle name. Okay, right, sure. That sounds just perfect. Why was this moved here? Why is it falling sideways? I just joined, but you said pantless and I knew Willow wasn't chat. We say hey there. I haven't seen Willow, but surely she might be lurking. And hello priest to you too. How's it going? Welcome in all. Here, gear bomb. I mean, pantless and gear bomb, all these things, they mix well together, no? Like, you wanna have a nice and squeaky and well-oiled day. Right, so 50 kilos is actually 4 tons. That seems just perfect. Now, if you could also move this over here so you don't make too much gear bomb, that would be awesome. And that is now 1.7 tons, and that will give us like roughly 100 kilos of gear bomb. That would be fine. Or rather 100 items. Just so that they don't make infinite amounts of stuff, and we can thus, through space... Where's the damage here? Alright, you didn't shoot the meteors in time. Through space, make more gear bomb. Rather through the... What took damage in here? This bit? No. What took damage in here? There's no piping here because we're using the ports. Are you damaged? What? Let's ignore that. Where was my thought? Right, we want to have some gear bomb. I might want to use that as a liquid log inside of here so we can have it below the pool of crude oil. So, you know, we can have a bigger pool of crude oil in here. For the mercury, I guess that will just keep acting as a heat pipe kind of thingy. I'm fine, but gonna put on pants soon cause chores and the garden and planting. And it's partner's birthday. Oh, well, and happy birthday to your partner. And have a lovely birthday party if you do. Wait, isn't it Saturday? Wouldn't you be... Oh well, you celebrate however you want. Here, do we have cake? Do you make Black Forest cake? Because, you know... I wonder. Right, so, because we have this crude oil in here, can you bring... Why is this